Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 2022 NCAA Selection Show for Division III Men's Soccer. I'm Brendan Gulick. It's great to be with you as we prepare to open up this year's national tournament. We've had some amazing conference tournaments this past weekend, a couple of epic late game comebacks, and certainly a few wild upsets. Awfully fun time of year across the country. Connecticut College, the defending national champion, they had a great run last year after breaking a stretch where only 4 schools had won this tournament dating back to 2008. Who's going to be this year's surprise team? Let's find out. There are 408 teams around the country. They're fighting for 64 spots in our bracket. We've got 43 automatic berths this year, and there are 21 coveted at-large bids available. A couple of quick housekeeping notes, and then we'll get to the bracket. This year's championship will be in Salem, Virginia, December 3rd at Kerr Stadium. First weekend of the tournament, 16 pods around the country. They'll be on campus sites. And then the sectional round for the remaining 16 schools, they'll be at 4 locations, and we'll announce those at a later date. All games will be broadcast by the host institutions up until championship weekend. The semifinals and finals will be streamed live right here on NCAA.com. Okay, time to get to it. We begin our bracket unveiling in the top left-hand corner. It's the Chicago Maroons, champions in the UAA. They capped an undefeated season with a 1-0 win over Washington University on Saturday. It was an extremely windy day in the Windy City. Chicago's outscored its opposition 37-8 in 17 matches this season. They'll host Birmingham Southern, who won a shootout over Barry 3-1 to advance on PKs. They took the SAA auto bid. There's no postseason tournament in the Northwest Conference, but a 5-0 beatdown of Linfield closed the regular season, locked up the conference title and the auto bid for the Willamette Bearcats. Willamette's 13 wins tied with the 1990 and 1991 teams for the third most victories in school history. Of course, it trails only the 1982-1988 teams that won 15 games apiece. Bearcats open the tournament against Wisconsin Platteville, who gets a big at-large berth here this season. Welcome back to the NCAA tournament to the University of St. Thomas. The Celts went back-to-back, winning the Southern College Athletic Conference Championship this weekend, but this is their first ever AQ into the NCAA field. Got one of the top scoring offenses in the country this year. St. Thomas knocked off Southwestern and National Power Trinity on the way to a second straight title. Their opening round matchup is with Chapman, who beat Occidental in the final minute of double overtime to win the SCIAC bid. Jackson Busby's bicycle kick goal that won the game and instantly became one of the all-time great highlights in program history. Those two programs are heading to Mary Hardin Baylor, which gets the AQ bid out of the American Southwest Conference. They absolutely annihilated Texas Dallas and Latorno and won the league's title for a third time. The Crew opens the tournament against Pacific Lutheran, an at-large berth for PLU, who had a chance to host last year for the first time. They got a little taste of what it's like to win in the national tournament when they beat number 2 nationally ranked Trinity. This year's team, one of the top offensive groups in America, averaging more than 3 goals per game. Gustavus Adolphus hosting the first weekend this year. Gusties are back in the tournament, albeit an at-large berth. They dropped their first and only game of the season in the MIAC final this weekend. Played more than half an hour in that match with only 10 men, but still gave a terrific fight. That loss actually snapped a 6-game win streak, but the Gusties have had a terrific season. They'll open with Aurora, who gets in after winning the NACC for the first time in program history. They beat up Benedictine 4-0 on Saturday. Wisconsin Eau Claire gets a bid this season. The Blue Golds will open up against Luther. Luther beat Loris in the ARC title on Saturday. It's the 10th overall ARC tournament championship for the Norse and the first one since 2019. 4 more teams in the top left-hand corner of the bracket, and they're all traveling to North Central, where the Cardinals are back-to-back CCIW champions. They beat North Park Saturday, winning the conference championship thanks to a penalty kick goal from Sam Abreu in the 88th minute. Pretty cool time to score your first goal of the season, isn't it? How about that? They'll play Wisconsin Superior, who won its 6th consecutive UMAC title on Saturday. They blanked Bethany Lutheran 3-0. 5th straight trip to the NCAA tournament. You better be ready to play defense against them, averaging 3.4 goals a game. That's 4th in the nation. Last 2 bids here Automatic qualifiers for St. Olaf and for Lake Forest. St. Olaf won its third title in program history and their first since 2015. The Foresters are in the tournament thanks to a magical run that ended with a game winner in the 90th minute from Ryan Khalid. What a turnaround for them. They started the season 0-4 but didn't quit, and now they've got a chance to play for a national championship. Okay, to the bottom left quadrant now. For the second year in a row, the Ducks from Stevens Institute of Technology have won the MAC Freedom title, and they're NCAA tournament bound this year. Got it done Saturday, beating Lycoming in penalty kicks after a scoreless draw through double overtime. The Ducks surrendered just one goal in conference all season. They haven't lost a game in regulation or overtime since all the way back in October of last year. Senior goalie Justin Cross, this year's tournament MVP, thanks to his defense and their team effort, Stevens second in the nation in save percentage and goals against average. They'll open the tournament with Worcester State, conference champions out of the MASCAC. First NCAA tournament trip since 2016. Davide Caputo's hat trick lifted Rowan back to the NCAA tournament. The Profs captured their first auto bid since way back in 2003. It's their 14th conference title in program history, though, so Rowan back in the field, and they'll start their journey against the Middlebury Panthers, who get an at-large berth out of the NESCAC. First weekend hosting duties for Franklin and Marshall. Certainly wasn't the end of the Centennial Conference tournament the Diplomats were hoping for. They're back in the NCAA tournament after a superb season. They've got one of the better defenses nationally, and until they lost in the conference tournament this week, they'd gone 5 straight games without allowing a goal. They'll entertain NCAA debutant University of St. Joseph. The Blue Jays won their first Great Northeast Athletic Conference championship. They beat Johnson & Wales on Saturday. SUNY Cortland up next. The Red Dragons have been rewarded with an at-large berth to this year's tournament. After hosting last year, making it to the second weekend, SUNY Cortland ready to make another run here in 2022. Their opponent? The Mavericks from Medaille, who won the Empire 8 this year in their first season in the league. They beat Utica 3-2 in double overtime. Great season for Ander Castillo, who scored 21 times. He's among the top 10 nationally in several categories this year. Christopher Newport, the captain's back in the field. CNU in this tournament and hosting despite all the drama that unfolded against them in PKs in Salisbury, Maryland over the weekend. CNU lost the league title game in PKs, but they're back in the tournament after making a run to the second weekend last year. They'll get the CSAC champion Rosemont Ravens, who had a huge comeback win over Cairn to get back in the field. Lynchburg and Catholic heading to Virginia this weekend. Both the Cardinals and Hornets get at-large berths. Congratulations to them. The nervous wait is over. Last 4 teams on this half of the bracket, and they're all traveling to Baltimore, where Johns Hopkins is hosting. Certainly a tough end of the Centennial Conference Championship for Hopkins. They lost on PKs to Muhlenberg after a scoreless draw, but the Blue Jays are dancing anyway thanks to an at-large bid. They outshot the Mules 21-3 on Sunday. They just couldn't buy that big game winner. Hopkins has struggled at times offensively this season, but they are never out of a game because their defense has given up only 9 goals in 20 games this year. They open the tournament with Lehman College, who's in for the first time since 2017 as the champions of the City University of New York Athletic Conference. The OAC still runs through University Heights. John Carroll dominated Wilmington 4-1 on Saturday. They just won a 5th consecutive conference crown. It's the 11th OAC tournament championship in program history for the Blue Streaks, the second one under head coach Dejan Mladenovic. Wensler's Warriors definitely still celebrating another championship. JCU opens with the Scranton Royals, who are landmark champions for the 3rd time after they beat Elizabethtown on Saturday 1-0. They were the 4 seed in the conference tournament, but made a great run to win it all, and they're in the tournament now for the 17th time in program history. Okay, time for a quick break. We've got the left half of the bracket all set. Don't go anywhere. Second half of the bracket coming up in just a moment, right here on NCAA.com.
There's an energy swelling out beyond the limits of your expectations. A universe where fandom reigns supreme. Once you're in it, it changes you. Instead of one of one, you're one of many. A blissful sea of chaos. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got 32 teams in the field and still have half to unveil. We don't want to make you wait any longer. It's tough enough, right? So let's go back to the top right-hand corner of the bracket where there is no real surprise because the Messiah Falcons, one of the top teams in Division III soccer year in and year out, start this top corner of the bracket. Messiah clobbered Widener 5-0 on Saturday, their 20th conference championship in program history, including their 17th now in the last 22 years. Widely considered one of the best teams in D3 again. Messiah led by MAC Commonwealth Tournament MVP Cole Christian, who scored twice in the first 5 minutes of Saturday's championship final. Falcons led all of D3 with 82 goals in 19 games, also led the country with 9 corner kicks per contest. Messiah's win this weekend, its 18th in a row to close out ahead of the national tournament, and they will make their 32nd all-time appearance. Messiah opens up with Franciscan, who is going to the NCAA tournament for the first time ever. They beat Bethany 2-1 in the PAC championship match. Williams College back in the tournament with an at-large berth from the NESCAC. And the Eafs will open up against NYU. Congrats to the Violets. They're back in the tournament this year for the second year in a row. After having not been here since 2018, NYU gets an at-large out of the UAA. Next quad is heading to Ada, Ohio. The Ohio Northern Polar Bears, regular season champions in the Ohio Athletic Conference. ONU went unbeaten during the regular season, but then lost to Wilmington in double overtime in the semis last week. Brian Kern, Levi King lead the way for the Polar Bears, who've been one of the best teams in the Midwest this season. They'll start the tournament with Mount Aloysius, who won the AMCC for the second year in a row. North Park back in the field. The Vikings have been among the nation's top 15 teams basically all season long, but they get an at-large bid. They were 11-1-1 through the middle of October and then had a couple late stumbles, but no matter, North Park is in. And they've got Rose Holman, who capped a great year with a win in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. 6th NCAA tournament appearance, first since they made 3 in a row from 2013 to 2015. Washington and Lee gets to stay home to start the tournament. The Generals won the ODAC for the 7th time in program history this weekend, thanks to ultimate drama from Charlie Colby. His game winner in the 90th minute lifted Washington and Lee back to the tournament, and they are red hot coming in. They just scored 15 goals over their 3 games in the league tournament last weekend. Goodness gracious. They start with Brevard, who pulled off a comeback for the ages. They forced overtime with less than 5 minutes to play, scored a game winner in the 109th minute, and beat William Peace to win the USA South. The Tornadoes having their best season in the NCAA era, and now they're going to test themselves in the national tournament. Congratulations to Case Western Reserve University. They're back in the national field. Spartans from the east side of Cleveland back in the tournament after finishing second in the UAA behind the Chicago Maroons this year. Case hasn't played in the national tournament since 2018 when they made a magical run all the way to the quarterfinals. They were also participants in 2011 and back in 2006. Congratulations to head coach Carter Poe, who's now guided Case to the field for the first time since he took over the program just a couple years ago. Case will open up with a team that won the Centennial Conference. Muhlenberg beat Johns Hopkins in that shootout and won their 7th league championship. Chance to stay home for Kenyon, who had the second best scoring offense in the country this year. They steamrolled their way through the NCAC, but then they were stunned by Ohio Wesleyan in the second half of Saturday's conference final. In fact, OWU was the only team in the league to even earn a point off the Owls this year. Kenyon put together a 16-1-1 campaign that included a ridiculous 12 shutouts. Tip of the cap to Jack Pedresci, who's having a stellar year in goal. Kenyon starts the tournament with the Greenville Panthers. They had a great run at the end of the year and won the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Greenville's won 7 straight games. Last 2 in this pod, Calvin and Carnegie Mellon. Calvin earns the AQ out of the MIAA. They beat arch rival Hope 3-0 on Saturday. Knights have only lost once in their last 12 matches. Meanwhile, a great season for the Tartans. probably a bit nervous for today's selection show after losing to Case in that season finale on Saturday, but CMU had its best season since 2016, and they are permitted to keep playing next weekend. Okay, to the bottom right quadrant now, where Amherst is primed for another deep run after they won the NESCAC for the 6th time and for the first time since 2016. They beat defending national champion Connecticut College in overtime on Sunday. That won the league title. Now they've come painstakingly close to winning that national championship each of the last 2 tournaments, finishing runner-up both times to conference foes. This year, though, they stumbled just once. That was back in mid-September against Tufts. Surely they're NCAA tournament ready after playing in a really tough conference again this year. The Mammoths have Husson, which closed the year with a North Atlantic Conference title, 8 wins in a row, 12 of their last 13. Took overtime to get it done this weekend, but Husson is NAC champs for the first time since 2014. In one of the best games of this past weekend, Marvin Sabanda's hat trick lifted St. Lawrence to a 2nd straight Liberty League title. They come to this year's tournament unbeaten over their last 15 games after they knocked off Skidmore 3-1. And they'll play Roger Williams, who just won their first league title since 2006. Okay, if you missed the Coast to Coast Conference Final this weekend, you missed one of the most unbelievable endings I've ever seen. With 17 seconds remaining in regulation, Mary Washington, who's on the board here, scored a go-ahead goal, and it looked destined to be a game winner. But they left too much time on the clock for Christopher Newport. The captains rallied, scored the game-tying goal with literally 1 second left to force overtime. The top 2 seeds in the tournament then battled to a 1-1 draw. The match was decided in penalty kicks, where the Eagles edged out the captains 6-5 in 8 rounds of a shootout, and that earned the AQ for Mary Washington. They will play the Marymount Saints, who are in the national field for the first time ever. They advanced on PKs over Newman Saturday and won the Atlantic East Conference after Leonardo Torres scored his 17th goal of the season. That tied the championship game at 1-1 in the 88th minute. Big tip of the cap to Nathan Kalin and the Saints on a great season so far. There were some fantastic finishes and fantastic teams in the great Buckeye State this year, and the Battling Bishops from Ohio Wesleyan are back again this fall. They shell-shocked Kenyon in the NCAC final, so they're in for an NCAA record 43rd time and the 41st time under head coach Jay Martin. OWU has Penn State Harrisburg to open things up. They just won their 3rd straight United East title, beating St. Mary's in penalties to earn that AQ. Unbeaten now in 13 straight games. Okay, 8 teams to go. SUNY Oneonta beat Brockport in PKs this weekend, avenging a loss against them from early October. They're on the board here and will host New England College after they repeated as NECC champions. They're back in the field now for the 2nd straight year. Wouldn't be a national tournament without the Tufts Jumbos, would it? They're 3-time national champions. The Jumbos had a good season in the NESCAC, albeit maybe down a little bit by their incredibly lofty standards. That doesn't matter, though. They're always a tough out, and it's going to start for the Jumbos this weekend against UMass Boston. The Beacons just won their 4th Little East Conference championship, an incredible victory over WestCon this weekend. They've never lost an LEC championship game. They get the AQ this year thanks to the league tournament's MVP, Christian Suvak. Last team to earn hosting duties, another bit of Polar Bears, Bowdoin, the top seed in the NESCAC tournament this year. They were shocked in PKs by Connecticut College in the quarterfinals, but Scott Wiercinski's team is back in the tournament this fall, and they are unquestionably one of the best defensive teams in the country. They're going to be very difficult to beat. Bowdoin will have U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, which beat Yeshiva in penalty kicks on Sunday afternoon, so they get the auto bid out of the Skyline Conference. Babson won the new MAC title for the 3rd year in a row thanks to a goal from Ben Williams on Saturday. It was quite a party in Babson Park after the Beavers won their first title on their home turf since 2011. This is their 10th new MAC tournament title in program history, which includes now 5 of the last 8 years. Man, I love when the bracket comes down to an at-large team in the very last spot. We fill it with Vassar, the Brewers. A painstakingly long wait today, but it's worth it. They are heading to Bowdoin this weekend. All right, there you have it, the 2022 National Championship Tournament bracket. We can't wait to get the postseason started. It's this coming weekend. We're working toward crowning our national champion in Salem, Virginia. If you can get out and support your local schools, please make an effort to go out and do it. These student athletes love seeing fans in person. It's been such a joy for them to play in front of big crowds during the conference tournaments, and they would certainly love your support as they chase their national championship aspirations. That wraps up our coverage this afternoon on NCAA.com. I'm Brendan Gulick. Keep it locked here for all the latest news and information during the tournament. Best of luck to all 64 teams competing in the playoffs, and we sure hope that we'll see you in Salem.
There's an energy swelling out beyond the limits of your expectations. A universe where fandom reigns supreme. Once you're in it, it changes you. Instead of one of one, you're one of many. A blissful sea of chaos. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.